I am turning 40 in less than 2 weeks, and I have also been single in a hot minute. And especially at this age, I think it's so easy to think, why does no one want me? Why no one wants to be in a relationship with me? Or maybe I should just give up because I'm getting older anyway, right? But I don't think it's that simple. So today I want to talk about this very important topic, and actually I am going to take myself on a solo date while bringing you guys along with me. And I feel like I look a mess, so let's just get ready. Now, I have to get this one out of the way because if you're single right now, you're not single by accident, or you're not single because no one really wants you. If you're single right now, it's because you are single by choice. Now, let me explain. Choosing to be in a relationship is a choice, and not choosing to be in a relationship is also a choice. And I really don't mean that in a harsh way, but I mean that in a very realistic and empowered way. So once you understand that being single is actually a choice, let's not walking around thinking that no one wants me, nobody likes me, there's no one out there for me, or dating is hopeless. Because when you start telling yourself that, you will eventually believe it. We have to flip the narrative and understand that deciding not to date is also a choice. When was the last time that you actually put yourself out? When was the last time that you actually asked someone out? When was the last time that you actually tried to meet someone? It makes me think about other areas in life. Think about when we want a promotion. We do a checklist of what we have to do to be able to get that promotion. We worked very hard, we show up, we would do everything that we can in order to get there. But somehow when it comes to relationships, we all just expect it to happen. One of my friends that I've known for about 10 years now, one year she said to herself that she wanted to find her husband and start a family with. And I kid you not, in that year, she probably went on 60 dates, she said, until she found the one. And she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy last year, and they are having a wedding this August in the UK, which I will be attending. So know that dating is essentially a numbers game. The more dates you attend, then the more chances that you will find your person. I can be a very logical person, and let's say that out of all the people you meet, there is 5 to 10% chance that that person will be someone that you want to be in a relationship with. If you meet 0 people, the chance of you meeting the person to be in a relationship with is also 0. And yes, some people might not like you, some people might not find you attractive, and some people you might not like them. But that is completely normal, it's part of the process, and I strongly believe that there is always someone for everyone. So do know that you're not stuck, and it's not that no one wants you. It's just that you're not playing the game yet, and that's okay. Okay, and this is probably the hardest truth, because you need to start building the life that you love without a partner. This is probably the hardest truth, but also the most important, because you can't wait until someone come into your life and make it worth living. If there's something that you want to do, just go do it. Whether going on a date, you can go solo, travel, you can do that solo, go for dinners alone, find hobby, find gym buddies, spend time with friends and family, create that dream life that you want. And you have to understand that you can, absolutely can, doing it yourself. Oh my God, the Florida sun, I'm telling you. You have to start being someone who enjoys her own life, who enjoys living in her own life. If there is a sexy outfit that you want to buy, you buy it and you wear it just for yourself. If there's something that you want to do because it makes you feel good, you do it for you. And of course, certain things would be nicer with a partner, but you can absolutely do it without. And as a matter of fact, if you're right around my age, you know, in your late 30s or your early 40s, life at this stage, if you really look at your life, it is actually good. You already know what you want. You may have some sort of stable-ish career. You have built some sort of routine, peace, and independence. And therefore, when you go out dating, you want someone that wants to add into your life, the life that you already love, that you have created yourself. And you don't want that person to become your life because you already have a life that you love. Okay, saying that, I think the sun is coming out again for the second time, so I think it's time for us to make a move. I have to say that I'm always on a hunt for a good almond croissant. When I moved to London, I was scouting around London trying to find a good almond croissant, and I've heard good things about this place, so hence why I wanted to come here on my solo date. I think you also need to redefine loneliness, because being single and being lonely are not the same thing. Loneliness is the lack of meaningful connections. Being single is a lack of romantic connection or romantic partner. You can absolutely be in a relationship or being in a marriage even and then still feel lonely. And at the same time, you can be single and still feel connected. Looking at my marriage back then, I realized now that I severely lacked that connection. My connection wasn't there. And actually, if anything, I did vlog about being lonely in a marriage as well 2 years ago. And actually, I feel like that kind of loneliness when you're in a relationship or in a marriage and you still feel lonely is actually worse than being single and being lonely. So if there's anything I learned from that experience is that don't get into a relationship because you feel lonely, because that's only going to lead you into making wrong decisions about choosing partner or choosing someone you want to give your energy and your time to. For single people like us, we have to try to build connections further than just finding a romantic partner, whether that be building friendships, communities, hobbies. Put yourself in the social environment. And I know it is extremely difficult because I am actually an introvert myself, and I had to push rather hard in order to build friendships, especially moving into a new country, you know, whether that be reaching out to someone for coffee or putting myself out there when I go dancing, which is one of my hobbies, and mingle with people, ask them questions. So just be aware that loneliness is not the same as being single, and in order to not be lonely, we need to start building connections, and connections has to be built. It doesn't just happen. Another thing I would say is that dating in your late 30s or 40s is absolutely not the same as dating in your 20s. When you're dating in your 20s, you have time. But when you're dating later on in life, it's no longer exciting. It's more strategic and it's much more intentional. You're no longer dating for just butterflies, but you're dating for alignments, whether alignments in values, lifestyle, goal, all those things that involve long-term compatibility. I actually, when I started dating this time, I had a checklist, and I might share that on here, but I have a spreadsheet where I have all the qualities and values that I look for in a partner, and I also have a ranking system as well. It is extremely strategic, but I just don't want to be wasting time, and equally I also don't want to be wasting other people's time, because attraction alone is not enough anymore, and chemistry doesn't mean compatibility. And as we're talking about compatibility, values, I hope you also now at this point understand a concept or one other truth, which is the concept of the one. I don't believe that there is the one, like the one person on this Mother Earth that was created for me. I believe that there are multiple people that I have met or come across that I could build a life with, but it all depends on timing, compatibility, and life choices and life circumstances. So it's not really about choosing the one, but it's more about choosing someone that aligns with you, aligns with your lifestyle, aligns with your goals. And that's not you being picky at all. It's about you being intentional. You're not finding the one, but you are finding the right fit. Another thing that's going to happen when you're still single, especially later on in life, is that you are going to be very super aware of time. You are going to constantly question yourself whether you're running out of time. What about kids? Did I make a mistake and focus too much on my career? Whether we like it or not, the conversation about biological clock is very, very real. And even if you don't want kids, there is still a sense of timeline of whether or not you are doing well enough in your career because you're comparing yourself with others. Timeline of in terms of savings, whether you are going to be retired and be financially independent. But what I always try to remember is that life is not linear, and I place a lot of my hope, trust for the future in God, and there's no such thing as universal timeline. If you watch this video until the end, I hope it has given you some hope and encouragement to move forward and to enjoy singlehood. Being single is nothing to be ashamed of. It is actually an opportunity to rebuild, redefine, choose better, and build a beautiful life for yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.